I want to just share with you what school could be is. That's kind of the philosophy of it, but what school could be as an organization is a growing organization. And as its new executive director, having been here for 7 months as executive director, there's things that I'm doing to help the organization mature, and it certainly is in a maturity phase right now. We're all about transforming schools joyously and unleashing potential together. Purposefully, those words, unleashing potential together, unleashing implies that it's there, right? The wisdom is embodied in us as educators already. And together, points to the collaborative nature of this journey. The model is, what school could be model is, makes a case for the urgency and the opportunity. Most likely to succeed as a film. The book, What School Could Be, is all very much about making the case for the urgency and the opportunity. I think this is important. There's urgency there because we don't want to lose the opportunity because things aren't going as well as we wanted, but it's opportunity when we don't want to fall into this cable news network 24-hour doom and gloom cycle, right? It's hopeful opportunity, and it's urgency towards a better future. Second part of the model is building enthusiastic community support for overarching goals by getting broad community buy-in. If you're not in a school, this still matters to you. And that's why I was excited when Julie invited me to talk to a group of people that weren't all embedded in schools, because education is a community event, right? And if we take any lessons from our Hawaiian home that we all share, whether we're Native Hawaiian or not, it's that community is school and school is community. And therefore, we all play a role in educating, whether we're formal educators or not, whether our organizations have a formal role with school or not, and building that enthusiastic community support, ohana, business, government, school, is super important. Invite and celebrate innovators versus mandate and police. Small confidence building steps to big change. Those are the two that I already talked about. Teacher and educator support staff lead the way, not waiting for policymakers or executive directors or heads of school, but that we all have agency to lead the way. And then celebrate, collaborate, celebrate, and commemorate. That this is the best way to inspire change, is shining a light on, holding up, putting on pedestal those great things that people are doing. These are the types of things that we're doing. We're doing some jump starts for next year. We're inviting people to take small steps. We have symposiums, we have summits, we have micro credentials, we have groups that we're putting people through. What are the kind of things that we're doing with those groups? We're inviting people to reclaim the educational committee of 10 and form our own committees of 10 in school, to show people the resources that we have. We have, What School Could Be is a digital community. Our broader community right now is about 40,000 committed educators across the world. About 10,000 of them regularly active on a digital platform. And through this digital platform, we have 5 playlists. The playlists have tons of really, really high quality digital video resources for school change, as well as, like I said, courses and micro credentials and things like that. These are some examples of the videos that we have that help teachers and school leaders just, not just read about. This is not a recipe guide, right? It's really teaching those skills of like, what is amazing education. And so the videos are meant to be really immersive. And we give them some steps to take. And we lead them through playlist items like this, where we give them all the resources that they need to gather people together. We put them on a digital network, connect them, like Julie had said, with some goals. We have 5 playlists. One is mobilizing your community. The second is student-driven learning. The third playlist is real world challenge. The fourth is evidence of deeper learning. And the fifth is caring and connected community. So then what do we get from this model? Innovation is a team sport. That's what we've learned from this model. We've also learned that shining a light on bright spots, success begets success. This is a lesson that we've learned from doing this for several years now. Success equals some faculty allocating some class time to innovations. In the desert, it doesn't take a lot of rain to make the flowers bloom. It doesn't. So a little bit of some teachers' class times can truly change what education looks like for kids. And a modest upfront commitment will free faculty time, restore the joy of teaching, and engage students. So I'm really passionate about this restoring the joy of teaching. We know COVID's been hard on everybody. It's been hard on anybody who's in a first line career. And I know personally it's been hard on teachers and educators, school leaders, anybody who's in education. It's made it difficult to educate and made it harder to achieve the joy. And the first slide was about doing this joyously. And certainly that's what we're about. All right. I'm going to stop. Well, I will actually share one more thing. So I told you about video resources. This is a national movement, but like I said, there's a gravity in Hawaii. And we have this really neat film that a good friend of mine, Josh Rapun of the Rapun family, the kalo farming Rapun family, produced. I'm only going to play about 45 seconds of it, but I just want to show you kind of what we're doing.
Schools today, a kid will make the honor roll if they're really good at memorizing content, replicating low-level procedures, and following instruction.
We just have to understand as educators, it's no more, we can't do textbook knowledge anymore. It's those soft skills that we got to teach these kids. It's, can you problem solve on your own? Can you make mistakes and learn from the mistakes? Can you communicate? And can you produce quality work?
Growing up, we were told that we need to get good grades, and that will translate into maybe a standardized test score or a good GPA, and then a good SAT score. We get into a good college, and then we get a good career, and that'll be a good life. But nowadays, that's not necessarily true.
The old narrative was you do well in elementary, then that gives you success in middle school, high school, college enrollment, college graduation, a career, and then a pension. Most kids these days don't even know what a pension is.
When I think what's best for my students, I've been corrected even to think more globally. What's best for all students?
I'm going to stop that there. And I just wanted to show you that like an example of the type of resources we have and the deep connections we have in the state. I'll end on this and then I'll open it up for any questions.